Hi and welcome to the Freelance channel. My name is Florante and today's video is episode number 2 in our video series Taxation for Freelancers. In this episode, we're going to talk about the requirements as well as the step-by-step process on how to register your online job with the BIR. Now, before we proceed, please take note that this tutorial is based on my personal experience registering my online business here in Cebu City. If you're registering in a different location, there may be some slight difference or discrepancy in the process or requirements. Before we get started, there are a couple of things that you need to prepare before you go to the RDO where you will be registering your business. Now, first thing is, of course, you have to make sure that you have a PSA or NSO birth certificate. You also need to make sure that you have a marriage certificate if you are married. The third thing that you will need to prepare is at least 2 government issued IDs like Postal ID, Universal Multipurpose ID or UMID, driver's license, or if you have a passport, you can also bring that with you. You also need to make sure that you have or you know your TIN number. Now, if you have previously worked in a different location, let's say Baguio City, and now you're registering your business in Cebu City, you actually need to first request for the transfer of your TIN from the RDO in Baguio City to your new RDO that has jurisdiction over your place of business in Cebu City. Now, this is very important as you will not be able to proceed with the next steps until the transfer has been made. So for this transfer, you will need to fill out form 1905. So once you have completed the transfer, or while you are requesting for the transfer of your TIN to the RDO that has jurisdiction over your location or your business area, you can go to your municipal office or city mayor's office and request or apply for a cedula or community tax certificate. And at the same time, you can also apply for an occupational tax receipt or a professional tax receipt, whichever is applicable in your case. Now, if you have a contract with the company or the client that you are working with, you can also present that as part of your documents to submit to the BIR RDO where you're registering your business. The next thing that you need to do once you have accomplished or completed all those steps is to accomplish BIR form 1901 and submit together with the documentary requirements to the Revenue District Office that has jurisdiction over your place of business. And once you're there, you will have to pay the annual registration fee, which is 500, and this fee will be paid to the BIR's authorized agent banks or AABs of that concerned RDO. For this one, you can also use online payment options like DBP Pay Tax as well as GCash. I do have a video tutorial for this too. If you want to check it out, I'll provide you the links in the description. Once you have completed the payment, make sure that you have your receipt printed out, and or if you're paying via AAB or authorized agent banks, you have to make sure that you have the copy of your payment. Now, this payment receipts you will have to submit to the RDO and make sure they're complete and that you have the right number of photocopies. Now, as a rule of thumb, make sure that you have at least 3 copies of whatever document that you're going to fill out. The next step is you have to pay the 15 peso certification fee and the 15 peso documentary stamp tax. A form will also be given which will be attached to the registration certificate later on. Alright, so once you have completed these requirements, have paid and have submitted all this, you will be given a date for a taxpayers seminar. This is required, so you have to make sure that you attend. All right, this is also a good place or a good time for you to ask any questions and clarifications. So once you have completed the seminar, the RDO will issue you the certificate of registration, just like this one. So this is the form 2303, which you will have to post or display in your office. And at the same time, you also need to have this also in your office, the ask for receipt notice. Okay, so even if we're just working at home, you still need to post this in your office for compliance purposes. All right, and you will also be given the authority to print and books of accounts. So the books of accounts, you will have to register that one. You will have to buy it from, you can buy it actually from National Bookstore. So you just have to ask what books of accounts you will need, whether it's just the journal or the ledger. Once you have completed all those, you will also need to submit requirements for ATP or authority to print receipts. The requirement for this one is Form 1906. So this is what you will need. And also for the authority to print, you will have to make sure that you check the authorized printer in your RDO. So you can't just go to any printer to request for the printing of your receipt. You have to make sure that you check with the RDO which printers are actually authorized or accredited. They do have a list, so you can ask for a list of their authorized printers. In terms of the time as well as the duration of these processes, it will not be in one day. It will not be in a single day. For me, the business registration or the Form 2303, I was able to get it. It was issued to me after a week. So you need to be patient. Those are the steps that you need to accomplish or to complete so you can register your online job or your online business. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave those questions in the comments. I'll try my best to answer those questions that you have. For episode number 3, I'm going to show you how to make use of e-BIR forms. So I'm going to show a demonstration of how that can be used, so it will be a lot easier for you to file your tax payments. All right, well, thank you so much for watching. I hope this has been helpful. My name is Florante, and go ahead and live the dream life without leaving the home.